just going to chat a bit of nonsense because I'm not supposed to be on for about 3 minutes, but I'll chat a bit of nonsense to waste some time. But I thought we'd have a little live chat tonight, being in that little gap between Christmas and New Year where no one knows what's happening. And I haven't really made a video since my budget tent camp with DA Outdoors in the Forest of Bowland, which is over a month ago, I think. Just in general, bad weather, not really having a plan, not really having the motivation, really hitting the gym a bit harder. You can't tell, but that's what I've been doing, like. And just Christmas and family stuff getting in the way. So yeah, it's a bit of weather stuff and some other things have really stopped us getting out in the last month. But I thought, let's have a little live video. Not a lot of people come on and watch it live itself, but it'll stay on the channel for people to catch up with, which is pretty cool. So what I'll get into is, like, first of all, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. If you watch the channel and you subscribe to the channel, as always, it means the world to me that people do. I absolutely love making the videos. Helps me massively with my mental health and general well-being to make the videos and get out there. So I just thought I'd come on and have a little chat about this year. I have a few bays. So it's been Christmas on Cruise Campo at the minute. We have got some Lake Baruco bays to test out that I've been given. I've got a few of them in the fridge, so I'll drink this and then I'll have a chat about that. I'm just going to go over, like, the first video I made this year, the last video I made, roughly how many videos we did. We'll have a beer, this year's top content, how many subs we made this year, how many we wanted to make, and made a list of little few bits. My favourite video of this year, shout out to a few people, some mental health stuff, and then some goals for 2025. So that's what we're going to go through quickly. So good evening, Stuart. Nice to see you there, mate. And an avid watcher of the channel. He always comments, which is class. I swore you'd have a southern accent. God damn it, man. That kind of southern. Not English southern, obviously, because I'm a northern cheeky boy. So, first of all, this year started with the amazing Helvellyn video, and this was a hike in January with the one and only DA Outdoors, who's obviously my absolute brother on the channel, my regular compadre, who is on, many a hike and wild camp with me throughout the year. So that was our first video this year, 2024. It was a brilliant hike. Some snowy conditions in places and stuff. Bagged 4 Wainwrights on that hike up in the Lake District. Really, really, really enjoyed it. Thought it was brilliant. Had a great laugh with Dave as always. And the video was it was a good video. It was interesting. It showed the route really well. If you wanted to go and do that route, you could watch that video and follow it perfectly. And always, you can go onto DA Outdoors channel and watch his route, which is obviously more of just the route than all the silly banter that I spiel out, or the guff that I come talking with. Bobby, hi. You're high, man. So, that was the first video of this year, and the last video I made, as I just alluded to, was the budget tent first camp video when I took the Alpkit tent out last month. Hi, bro. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Hello, uncle. Hello. So, the budget tent review video in the Forest of Bowland, where I'd never been before, and I really enjoyed that wild camp. It was a shortish walk. We got a good night's weather. Again, me and DA Outdoors out doing that. Really, really enjoyed it. So that was the last video I made this year, apart from obviously this live. I don't think we're going to get out for a wild camp before New Year's Eve, because I have got this dog to look after. So I really, really can't do much He doesn't like going wild camping. I've got my daughter at home as well, so I've got to watch those too. But the new year is going to bring new challenges, which we are going to get onto very shortly. But I thought I'd say this year's top content, right? So this did surprise me and didn't surprise me. It's the Scarpa Rush review video that I did about my boots. It had like 5.2 thousand views, which is high for my channel because obviously, hi, yeah, I see you. And you know, it was a good video in my opinion. You know, as always, those review videos that I make are just my opinion, and that's all I can do, give you my opinion on the product after I've used it for a considerable length of time. I will never review anything I've not used for 6 months maybe, or you know, more. So the Scarpa Rush review video was one of the biggest ones this year. I wanted to hit 1,500 subscribers, and we currently sit at 1,366. So just short of that, starting the year at 780 and finishing on 1,366. So, you know, only a few days left this year, so we won't be hitting that 1,500 unless, you know, 140 odd of you guys find this and jump on and smash subscribe. But yeah, unfortunately, we're going to fall 130 odd short. Cheers to all our loved ones, by the way. Oh, about 50 odd short of the target. Hi, brah. Leighton Webster, is that? Hi, mate. Hope you're doing well. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a little look at this. So this is Lake's Brew Colt, an easy drinking, perfectly hot, light beer that is bursting with citrus and tropical notes, perfect for those days on the fells after a paddle in the lake or thereafter. So this is Save Windermere, Leave No Trace. As always, legends, we leave no trace. So let's give this a go. Nice little gift set. I got 4 beers. We'll just try this one. Might do a couple of beer reviews, maybe have another beer review New Year's Eve or something. But we'll just try this one. Oh, I can smell it. Citrus. Now this is 3.4 table beer. So this is like a proper drinker, you know. This is a session IPA in it at 3.4. So let's give it a go. Really nice. Not overly hoppy, nice citrus flavour, not overly strong, obviously at 3.4. Tastes a bit like Level Head, if you've ever had that. Really nice, yeah, I could drink that. Could drink a good few pints of that, no problem. Stuart, I'm sure you will smash it next year. Well, that is the plan, and I tell you what, Stuart, we're giving this an 8 out of 10. Let's have a look at a few bits from this year, and then we'll get on to those goals for 2025. So my favourite video of 2024 was, I've put all the Cumbria Way videos. So anyone who watches the channel will know me and DA Outdoors completed the Cumbria Way in 2024 in May, and that's going to be our challenge for every year now. The first week in May, we're going to try and get away and do a multi-day hike. But this year was the Cumbria Way, which we completed in 5 days, 4 nights. And it was just our first taste of like a multi-day hike, like a real multi-day hike. I'd done overnight hikes and long hikes with a 1 night kip in them, but this was multi-day, 5 days, 4 nights. And I just loved every minute of it. I loved you know, the banter, getting up there in the morning, banter with my mate, being out for 5 days with my mate, just hiking through, you know, the Cumbrian Fells, you know, Cumbria, where we absolutely love, you know, we both absolutely love the place. I absolutely love the Lake District. It's like one of my favourite places on earth. So to spend 5 days walking through it was an absolute joy. And I'll just give a shout out to the third day. So there's 5 videos in this series, and the third day was my favourite day. I think the 4th day was Dave's favourite day. So jump on and have a look at them. Leave a comment and say you found it from here. That'd be cool. And go and have a look at that. So shout outs, as I've just mentioned him, DA Outdoors. Comes on loads and loads of my walks and wild camps. Has his own YouTube channel, DA Outdoors, obviously. So go smash subscribe, follow him, all that good stuff. Leave him some comments. Makes really, really good walking videos that are roots based in the northwest of England. So get onto him, brilliant lad. Josh Tinsley. Josh Tinsley. I always get it wrong, Josh, I'm sorry, mate. Josh come out on some walks and wild camps with me this year. Well, mostly wild camps, a couple of wild camps. But it's always good to go out with Josh, because like me, he struggles with his mental health. And to have someone to talk to about your mental health, who understands what you're going through and doesn't judge and doesn't look at you like you're clinically insane, is a joy, really, to be honest. It's like therapy on its own. While we're at it, another shout out is to my sister, Deborah, because she's always one who gets it in the ear every time I see her as my personal therapist. So yeah, I've just put down a special note for the hardest video I made this year. Now, that was my mental health and getting help video, which I made, I think it was June-ish. And it was a walk and wild camp that I went on, and I couldn't cope with the wild camp, and I completely lost it. To be honest, if you go and watch that video, you'll see me have what can only be described as a panic attack, and I had to leave. And it did force me to go and seek some help, you know what I mean? I made some phone calls and talked to some people. I had to have some time off, and I got through it, and I'm just a lot better positioned for going through that. So just goes to show you, sometimes you have to go through the dark times to find the light. If that's a bit cheesy, it's a bit cheesy, but that is what it is. Right, let's have a look at a few of these, bro. I am from Malaysia. I'm a big fan of you. How cool is that? Stuart, the Cumbria Way videos were brill. I thought they were brill as well. Victoria, oi to you. Clinically say, aren't we all? Yeah, that is the category. That is the hikers category, isn't it? The clinically insane, going hiking for fun. Yeah, so that was sort of my little quick highlights of 2024. I don't want to go mental and don't want to go mad and in depth onto this. I just wanted a 20-minute live sort of tell you a few bits, a few highlights, what's to come next year. Just show me face, because literally I've not been around for a month, and I just want people to know that the channel's still here and we have still got goals and targets, and next year we've got big plans. We're going to do some stuff. We're going to go out and see some things, touch grass and rocks, because that is our hobby. So goals for 2025, first of all, is to bag more Wainwrights. So, as I've just said, the Lake District I absolutely love. Started re-bagging the Wainwrights, not last year, the year before. So this start of 2023, I restarted all the Wainwrights, and that's what really led me to opening up the channel. And I absolutely battered it the first year. This year, 2024, not so much. We might have done 30 odd, maybe. So not really battered it this year, and I think we stand at 150 something. Not 100% sure, but 150 odd or 160, somewhere around that mark. So or maybe a bit more. I mean, we've got roughly 70 left. So hopefully next year we'll plough through a load of those when we're in training for, you've heard it, the West Highland Way with my brother in May. So the day after my birthday in May this year, the 4th of May, may the 4th of May be with you, or whatever what is it? May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. We will be heading off on the West Highland Way, me and my brother DA Outdoors, Big Dave. Oh, I can speak. British man. Yep, so we're going to be heading out on the West Highland Way. As always, Big Dave has planned out the whole thing for me, so I've not had to do anything. I've not lifted a finger on this one. He's planned out the travel, hotels, campsites, the daily mileage, the mapping, the itinerary, trains, travel back home. He's just done everything for me, which is, hand on heart, he's an absolute blessing, because with my spicy brain, nothing of it would have got done. So he's just an absolute godsend to me and the channel, and it's sounding like a bit of a loving at the minute about Dave, but he is what he is. He's just a thoroughly lovely big bloke, and he's just a credit to himself. And I'm just so happy that I met him through YouTube, and he helps me a lot with the channel, So the West Highland Way, that's our multi-day walk, me and Dave. That's our every May we're going to try and do one, or that's the plan, fingers crossed. So that's the West Highland Way in May. At some point I want to do a solo multi-day hike, and I've sort of picked out Hadrian's Wall because it's 80 odd miles, but I'm going to try and do it as quick as possible, like 2 or 3 days. So that's a challenge I want to do solo. I want to do another long day challenge, basically a 24-hour walking challenge somewhere. So I'm going to suss out the logistics for that, but maybe somewhere and back. I don't know, I don't know, from Anfield to Old Trafford and back as many times in 24 hours, or I don't know, whatever. But just to walk continuously for 24 hours at some point. I want to go and do the Three Peaks Challenge, but the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge, and do that in under 12 hours, but we might do some training and see how quick we can do that. I want to restart the podcast, because I enjoyed making the podcast, and the podcast still exists. I made one the other month, Walking Wild Camping UK, over on Spotify. I enjoy the podcast, and some people listen to it. Like, it's got a few people listen to it and connect with it and talk, leave comments about things that we say on the podcast and stuff. So the podcast will have to come back. Now, at the start of this year, that's just ending, 2024, one of my notes or goals was to make a podcast every month, one a month, which, considering I go out at least once a month, I should be able to do that. So we're going to earmark once a month, try and go out and make a podcast once a month. Now, last year we were lucky to have a few guests on it. Hopefully we'll get some guests on it this year, but sometimes it's just me talking about adventures that I've been on. So that'll be another thing that we do. Restart the podcast. Solo wild camping trip. So I want to go on a multi-day solo wild camping trip. Like, I know I mentioned Hadrian's Wall, but something a bit longer, or on a solo trip. I want to maybe get a few more subscribers. I want to organise a group walk, and just maybe, I don't know, if 10 of us turn up to do a group walk in the Peak District somewhere, and like maybe have a camp in Edale. So it could just be a walk from Edale up to the Great Ridge, or up to Kinder Scout and camp overnight in Edale. There's a few nice cheap campsites. We can get a nice meal and have a few beers and just like chat about the outdoors, chat about hiking, walking, wild camping, bagging Effels, bagging Wainwrights and stuff like that. So yeah, and something else I want to do this year is make more review videos, which sounds a bit weird, but I do actually enjoy making the review videos, even when they're about clothing and shoes and boots and bags and stuff like that. I think there's like value in it, like because we all need to use this stuff, and it's expensive. So as a free hobby, it is really expensive hiking and wild camping. So making some review videos now. Obviously, I'm only going to review my stuff that I've used. So, you know, clothing that I buy and use. I use a lot of Rab stuff, but I also buy a lot of budget walking gear. So, and camping gear. So we're going to try and review. I'm going to sit down, make a list of all my camping gear, and then maybe one a month, just feed them in. I review my Durstons, you know, review my tents, review my sleeping bag, review my sleeping mats. Just go through all my kit, bags, backpack, boots, everything, and just review everything. Just stick a review in once a month and just see how that goes. Because they seem really popular and I do enjoy doing them. And they're not my favourite content to make, which is obviously the hiking and wild camping content. But another thing I'd like to do is I filmed a few podcasts on wild camps, which I loved. So I'd like to start doing that again. So getting out with some other wild campers. So I'd love to get out this year with some more YouTubers. So in the new year, I'm either going to start sending DMs out. So just think on, if you're in the YouTube wild camping space in the northwest of England, you might be getting this big bearded ugly mug slipping into your DMs and seeing if you want to go wild camping with me. Separate tents as always. But the two rules will always apply to hiking and wild camping. Do not be a dick and do not murder me. Yeah, so that is basically the goals for 2025 for walking and wild camping for the channel. We're going to be under 1,500. We're going to be like 1,370 by the end of the year or something. So if I could get to 2,000 next year, 2,000 subs before 2025 ends, that would be cool. As always, it's not about subscribers, mate. A lot of these videos I make to watch myself, which sounds narcissistic or something when I say it out loud, but I mean when I'm old. Imagine how cool it'll be when I'm old and I'm, 146 and I'm sat in a nursing home and I can show all the young 60-year-old nurses about me hiking up Helvellyn on my 95th birthday and climbing Kilimanjaro on my 102nd, stuff like that. So that'll be a cool one, you know what I mean? So we're going to carry on with the videos, making memories, not mess as always, legends, leaving no trace apart from videos on YouTube. So yeah, I'm going to pretty much leave it here. I do not want this to be an absolute mammoth waffle. So if I don't see you before, we might try and sneak in a New Year's Eve one, we don't know, or we'll do one early in the new year. People like yourself, Stuart, you really help boost the channel because you do comment on every video, the outdoors, everyone who's been live tonight, Victoria, people who support me, it means a lot, and I'm just very, very grateful to everyone who watches the content and everyone who interacts with it. I love people commenting and getting into a conversation with me because I comment back to them absolutely all. As anyone who comments will tell you, I reply to every comment, negative or positive. Kill people with kindness is my main go-to, but yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll leave it sort of there with, when you're out in a beautiful national parks, memories not mess, leave no trace. Have the happiest of New Year's, and I hope, if I don't see you before, 2025 is truly blessed. And all your dreams come true and you smash all your goals. So, bosh, here's to all our loved ones. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Have an absolutely... Oh, hang on. Hey, he's only here right at the NDA Outdoors. Now then, mate, sorry, being out with me dad. I've got to let you out, mate. But what you've missed, Dave, is the absolute DA Outdoors loving that we've had on this live chat, where I've talked about you for about the last 15 minutes. I'm sure you'll catch up with it another time, brother. So yeah, as always, leave no trace, memories not mess, smash those goals in 2025, and I'll see you guys in the next one.